Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So as you know, we've been testing Cyberpunk here a lot on a lot of cloud PCs and cloud services like GeForce Now, Stadia, Shadow, and so on. And we haven't been able to test maximum settings cloud PC, the one we test here a lot out of Canada. It's a great cloud PC service, but unfortunately, due to some issues, they haven't been able to test it on there. Well, I got a message from them today that they have been able to get a workaround for the Tier 3 Nvidia RTX 2080 build that they have, which usually will be on a 2080 Ti or 2080 Super. In this particular video, I'll be on the Ti. I think because of the CPU of the 2080 Super build, the 3900X versus the 2700X on the 2080 Ti build, that I would probably get a little bit better performance out of this stream on the 2080 Super, but that's okay. This completely served its purpose. So when you see this video, you're not seeing full out performance of a 2080 Ti trying to push Cyberpunk. What we're seeing here is finally actually even being able to play the game on maximum settings at all. It was basically to a point where when you loaded the game, no matter what you did, you were stuck at like 25 frames per second and an extremely stuttery 25 frames per second at that. What they've done is disabled the VM's hypervision, and this is allowing the game to at least run even with very gimped performance. We're able to get between 50 and 60 stable FPS on Cyberpunk without ray tracing on high preset and using DLSS. So at least it's a workaround that if you have a maximum settings cloud PC, a 2080 tier 3 you're trying to play, from my understanding from them, they want to make this more of an option for more people if they're trying to play this game or others like it that are having issues where they could do this. I'm also being told that there should possibly be a toggle switch for turning the hypervision on and off in your dashboard eventually in the future. No date yet. It will most likely be sometime early next year, but nothing really confirmed there, just that they are working on something. So I was excited to see that maximum settings at least have been proactive. They've been trying to get it to where their customers could play this game on their tier 3 Nvidia rig, and now they do have a workaround for you to do that while the developers are getting patches out and while we're getting better at being able to run these games. So let's go over and just take a look at what Cyberpunk is running like on the maximum settings cloud PC right now with the 2080 Ti and 2700X. And even though it's not that full max out performance, it does still do a beautiful job now at least. It's exciting to at least be able to play the game on here now. And I really enjoyed my time testing it. So let's go take a look at Cyberpunk running on the Tier 3 maximum settings cloud PC. All right, here we go. Cyberpunk 2077 on the maximum settings 2080 Ti build. So let's show you the settings really quickly. I'm running 1440p. I do all my gaming at 1440. You could do 1080, whatever you want here, even 4K if you really wanted to get away with it. Pushing the GPU is actually better here for this situation because of our unique situation here. So we are on the high preset with motion blur and film grain turned off. And ray tracing is off right now with DLSS to balance. This is what I mentioned. This is what maximum settings had told me they had the most stable running here right now. So that's what I'm doing. I will throw some ray tracing on towards the end of the game. Like I was saying, you could do 30, 40 FPS in this game in the city with ray tracing if you want to. And if you want to get closer to 60, a lot of the time, going with these settings works really, really well. Curious, does anybody else have this interesting bug in this mission where Jackie just kind of sits there and does weird things with the car for a while until you go into this mission? It's a pretty creepy bug, honestly. Anyways, so let's go ahead and go inside here. We're going to do a couple little snippets of this mission and gameplay, and I'm mostly going to leave you guys to it to kind of just see what the game looks like and what the performance is like, even with our particular situation we've got going on here. But man, going from what this was just even yesterday, where I was stuck at 25 stuttery, horrible frames, and the game was just unplayable. I had not been able to try it since launch. It's been horrible. This is great. Fantastic that they've gotten it to this point, and hopefully between the developers and updates and patches and everything else, we can get things even better. So I'm going to go ahead, leave you guys with some of this gameplay. I think it just looks really nice, runs really smooth. I'll jump in when we switch over to a little bit of ray tracing. It's just going to be for a couple of minutes at the end, and then I'll jump back in with you as always when we get to the end of the video.
Yeah, he's there. Dead.
Condolences, friend. And the relic.
Got it right here.
I was afraid of that.
down. APC's on the streets of Watson.
Sons of bitches!
Skull cracking out there. That us?
Johnny's idea. Wayland's drawing Arasaka's attention away from the tower.
Collateral damage part of the plan, too.
This is the Cub Scouts, Johnson. Chew it up, spit it out.
Taking over. Rocks the foundation, tower crumbles, chaos, screaming roll credits.
Exit window's gonna be tight.
Jacking in.
Get ready!
Eyes almost on you. Stay here.
What a mess! Got a little problem over here!
Bushido 2, bomb's name is what?
Wrap it up! We got a Delta!
The Demolitron. We're good to blow.
Shaka Elite incoming!
Out of there,
Run for
Johnny.
it!
Shoot the cables! Get the rotor spinning! We're on our way!
Not done yet. Still need to feed this to their subnet.
Whole world loves me.
Enemy contact! I'm engaging!
Closing in on the access point.
Slide in. Sweet icebreaker. Foreign, right?
Alright, so I said we'd throw some ray tracing on, and now like I said, out in the city, expect about 30 FPS stable with this setting, but if I turn that on and leave ray tracing at medium, you can, inside the building, we're probably going to get 40 to 50. If we were outside in the populated city area, it's really about 30. I've tested that out. So it's definitely up to you, though. You could get away with it either way, whatever you wanted to run here. I prefer the recommended settings from them with the high preset, DLSS unbalanced, and no ray tracing. It just provides a nice experience, but you could really get away with just about whatever you want here. The point is, at least the game is now playable, and you do have those options.
Shit! That's Adam Smasher! Johnny, run!
Alright, that's going to do it. Cyberpunk 2077 running on maximum settings. A tier 3 Nvidia cloud PC they have. This is their top tier Nvidia build for right now until upgrades come later on in the future. And like I said, Cyberpunk was completely unplayable since launch, but here we are less than a week later, and they have come up with a workaround by disabling that hypervision and at least getting the game to where it'll run smoothly. It'll give you at least that 50 to 60 FPS experience. Like I showed you, you could turn on ray tracing and you'll get 30 to 50 stable, 30 to 40 really stable if you're out in the city. It's a different game, a different situation when you're out in the city with a lot more being rendered and stuff like that. You'll be about 30 FPS stable in the city with ray tracing on medium with all of the options turned on. But with the settings without ray tracing and DLSS on that we were showing and talking about, you should be able to maintain 40 to 60 in the city, and then more like 50 to 65 in those missions or inside the buildings. So it may not be a perfect situation, but at least it is working well now. We can at least play the game on there. And again, really happy to see that they were proactive in trying to get a solution out there to get this game to run. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. If you haven't already, think about subscribing to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, ring the bell, leave me your comment, all that. Thanks again for coming to check it out, and see you guys in the next one.